Antonio Brown is an all-time historically relevant wide receiver talent. He really is. He's, he won't end up as Jerry Rice, but he looks and plays a lot like Jerry Rice. He's an all-time talent. 11,000 yards, 74 touchdowns, 6th-round draft pick. He's a remarkable, remarkable player. And he's just out there. And we all know yesterday, Pittsburgh, the owners, the Rooney family said, listen, it's been great, Antonio, but we're going to move on. And Antonio went to Twitter and said, okay, it's cool. Let's move on. I get it for the Steelers. They've got the quarterback. They got the O-line. They've got their other wide receiver. Pittsburgh will be fine. And Antonio Brown is what I really worry about, because I think when you're that gifted in anything, you deserve the best organization for you. And I think Antonio Brown scared off some teams. And I was sitting there thinking this morning, Green Bay Packers, in the conveyor belt of quarterbacks, you're never going to get another Aaron Rodgers. It's almost unthinkable you went Favre to Rodgers. In between Bart Starr and Brett Favre, you went 20 years of nothing. Go get Antonio Brown. And there's a lot of different reasons. Number one, the Chicago Bears are your rival. They went out and got a superstar. Good luck against that Chicago defense with a 35-year-old, often hobbled Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams. One weapon. Congrats. Good luck on that. Number two is, what was the one move in the NFL last year that really changed an offense? The Dallas Cowboys went out and got Amari Cooper. Wide receivers mattered more. If Amari Cooper can elevate Dak Prescott, what can Antonio Brown do for Aaron Rodgers? Number three is, Green Bay's got 2 first-round picks. Give one up. It's going to take a first-round pick and maybe a backup player, some kind of player, maybe a later pick to get Antonio Brown. This is the year. You've got 2 first-round picks. Give one up. And 4, Green Bay can't land generally top free agents. You got the pick. Make a trade. Make it happen. I'm reading stories. I read a story this morning, the Packers quarterback coach. Aaron Rodgers wants to be coached. That was the article. You know what Aaron Rodgers wants? More good players around him. Of course Aaron Rodgers wants to be coached. Everybody needs and wants. LeBron wants to be coached. Kevin Durant wants to be coached. Michael Jordan wanted to be coached. Kobe wanted to be coached. What Aaron Rodgers wants is more good players around him. And Aaron Rodgers may only have a couple, 2, 3 max years left in his prime. I mean, to really hit it, he gets hurt more and more. You know what Green Bay feels like to me? They feel like they max their 401k. No risky investments. We don't do tech stocks over here. We pay off our house. And we drive dependable cars. Great. Chicago Bears, Philadelphia Eagles, Cowboys, Rams, playoff teams. They're like, yeah, we do some tech stocks. Yeah, sometimes we're making investments in stuff that could fail, but you can get rich. And we're not going to pay off our house. We're just going to move into a bigger house because we have enough security in ourselves that we'll be able to make a decent mortgage payment. We're confident enough. I mean, the Packers always feel so Midwest. They feel so safe, and they feel so prudent, and they feel so reasonable, and they feel so wholesome, and they use coupons. The Packers, they use every time they get a coupon, they are using that coupon, and they are always balancing their checkbook. Nobody balances their checkbook like Green Bay, down to the penny. 2019, even the Patriots went out and tried Josh Gordon. Green Bay, it's time to get comfortable with a little discomfort. And Antonio Brown will make you a little uncomfortable. He'll go and do tweet stuff on a Facebook Live. And you do remember, Green Bay, what Moss did with Tom Brady for 2.5 years. It rocked the league. You do get Green Bay. You got 2 first-round picks. You're not going to have that again. You do get Green Bay. You don't land free agents. You do get Green Bay. You went Favre to Aaron Rodgers. That never happens. That just doesn't happen. Okay, Lakers had to go out and get LeBron in his 16th year. You don't draft Kobe. 10 years later, you draft another Kobe. It doesn't work that way. I mean, everything is perfect for Green Bay. You have an extra first. You already have one good receiver. Davante Adams as a number 2 receiver, spectacular. Aaron Rodgers has a 35-year-old coach who's been a coordinator for 1 year. Of course he wants to be coached, but what he wants is players at his level. Make it happen. Nothing against maxing your 401k, but instead of being consumed with paying off your house, You got a good job. You got Aaron Rodgers. Move into a nicer house. You live once. Make a mortgage payment. You got to write it off anyway. It's one of the last write-offs for regular people. Antonio Brown and the Packers makes way, way too much sense. In the NBA, there's player movement. One of the things I have said for years, I don't understand how a college quarterback can have more leverage than an NFL quarterback. A college quarterback could transfer any day. An NFL quarterback, Andrew Luck, Indianapolis, first couple of years, bad GM, trapped. Aaron Rodgers, won't give him a defense, trapped. I've never understood why we don't have an NFL quarterback that says, hey, man, for my business, for my career, I want to move. Otto Porter, nice kid, good player, has more leverage than Aaron Rodgers. Now, some of this is just the collective bargaining because the NFL can franchise tag a quarterback for 2 or 3 years. But that gets very, very expensive. So the rumor I'm going to tell you about, I was told this yesterday, this is happening in the entertainment agent world. Everybody will deny it. It's not good to be out now. But Russell Wilson's wife is Sierra. She is a singer and an entertainer. She would prefer to live in New York. And the Giants need a quarterback. And there's nobody in the draft they love. So just remember this. A lot of things add up. Last year of Russell's contract, his wife would prefer New York. Seattle is not an entertainment mecca. Okay? New York the Giants need a star quarterback to replace Eli. You can get a lot of pushback on Eli. Remember when Tebow was in Denver? Who did Elway get? Peyton Manning. Nobody complained about Peyton replacing Tebow. Tebow disappeared into the ether. Also, Russell Wilson, good-looking guy, classy guy, incredibly marketable, and kind of buried in the Pacific Northwest. And the Giants also have an offensive head coach, not a 66-year-old defensive head coach. Now, Seattle could franchise Russell, but that would mean you're paying him $31 million a year. With Pete Carroll in that division, which I'm arguing now is the best division in football, certainly in the argument. You want to pay your quarterback $31 million a year and not be able to sign other important players? Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm saying stuff I hear. I heard some Jimmy Butler stuff, and then Jimmy Butler ends up in Philadelphia. And I heard some LeBron stuff a year out, and LeBron ends up in Los Angeles. This stuff starts behind the scene with agents. And I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm saying one of the things that's fairly remarkable to me is that in America, the two biggest stars in sports are NBA stars and quarterbacks. That's the royal family in the United States. In Europe, it's the soccer star, and then maybe the tennis star. In America, it's NBA star, Durant, LeBron, and then it's like NFL quarterback. And a lot of times, the quarterback's bigger than the star if it's not named LeBron. Seahawks want to pay $31, $32 and franchise him. Wives have power in relationships. Russell's got his Super Bowl. We always talk about for professional athletes, and Russell Wilson's a first-ballot Hall of Famer. Don't kid yourself. He's Steve Young. He's a right-handed, shorter Steve Young. He's a first-ballot Hall of Famer. Russell, there's always for pro athletes the show-off stage. Hey, I'm good. Then there's the championship level stage. Then you start thinking about stuff like your wife, her career, endorsements. That's not to say Russell Wilson doesn't want to win, but there's a lot of things that add up here. Final year of his deal. Wife. Giants need a star to replace Eli. Marketability somewhat wasted in Seattle. Giants have an offensive head coach, and that appears to be kind of the future of the NFL. Not saying it's going to happen. I'm saying when I hear these things, I come out on my show and I tell you, I hear these things. And I think it's an interesting proposition. I would love to see Aaron, Russell Wilson. I want to see these guys. Nothing worse than seeing a superstar quarterback that's got a bad O-line, that's running for his life, that doesn't have the coach. You don't get many Russell Wilsons. You don't get many Aaron Rodgers. You don't get many Tom Bradys. You don't get many Joe Montanas and Big Bens. When you get them, I root for them to get support. I'm just telling you, in the entertainment agent world, this is something I heard yesterday. For the record, The last time I heard a rumor this big, Mark Madden in Pittsburgh, a popular radio host, can confirm it because I sent him a DM. I slid into his DMs, and I said, Christian Pulisic is going to sign a massive deal in the English Premier League. And 2 months later, he did. I did not report that. I think I may have said it once on the air. It was a massive deal. I was sworn to secrecy. This one, I wasn't sworn to secrecy. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm saying a discussion was had in the agent world. What do you think of that, Joy?
I think that would shake up the NFL just a little bit.
I'm just telling you, if I hear stuff...
What will become of your Seahawks? They're not your Seahawks. You get very upset when people say that.
When they won the Super Bowl, they were my Seahawks.
Oh, okay.
From that point on, they're everybody's Seahawks. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.